Okay, hello kittens and puppies and chirpers. This is Angela Creatively Done, and today we're going to be using these incredibly 3D printed cups that Ken made from a design that he got from online, and we'll be offering real soon. This is the one that has 3 sections to it. We have one that has 2 sections to it, and we have one that has 4 sections to it. Today, I'm going to do a red, white, and blue in here. I have some old paints that I've put some Floetrol in, and I'm going to be putting the red on one side, 2 blue on the other side. It looks a little grainy, but I did strain it. And then I have some Saks white that I'm going to be putting in the middle. Hopefully this camera will pick up everything, and I'll be putting down a white base coat on this little, I guess it's a 5x7 canvas, and I'm just using this as a prop so the paint will run off instead of it being flat. And let's give it a whirl. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the paints in the cup. Now, hopefully you can see me doing this without me getting it all over the place, but I'm going to put the white in the center, and then I'm going to put blue on one side and red on the other. This cup holds a total of 8 ounces of paint. I will not need anywhere near that. So I'm probably putting about maybe 1.5 ounces on each side. I'm going to wipe that off. Make sure it's clean. This is the first time I'm using these cups. And as you can see now, how the segments will kind of pour the paint out. And before I forget, let me cover this canvas with some white paint. This is going to be a little bit messy one, but yeah, I have to try. It's been a while since I've been using the paint, so they might be a little too thick, but this hopefully will help the other paints flow a little easier. I probably don't need a base coat at all. I'm going to try to keep it from going too much over the edge so it doesn't warp the canvas. And I'm going to just let it go off on the bottom there. And any lumps you see or whatever. We're going to give this a try. These are tests now for these cups because we're going to be offering them to all you wonderful artists out there that can't find the right cups and want to do these kind of pours and aren't having much luck with it. So here we go. Here's a red, white, and blue one, because we are in an election year after all, and no matter what your preference, party line, affiliation, whatever, I'm just doing this one because I had red, I had white, and I had blue right in front of me. I'll be doing some other ones with bronze and so on, but here we go. This is a little hard for me to hold, but I'm going to do my best to not make it all drop. Keep my thumb in it. And here we go. Here's our original pour, and all I'm going to do is let it run down the canvas. No blue is coming out yet, and that's a little bit of a bother. Here comes the blue. There we go. And as you can see, I'm going to make it a little bit more, and I'm going to let it go. It went off the back of the canvas, unfortunately. I'm just going to help it down and move my little helper there. That doesn't look too bad. It's probably not level, because if it's headed off in one direction, that means that the other side isn't level. But we'll let it go off that way. I barely used 2 ounces of paint. Now, I hardly ever stretch this, but I want to get some of that paint off. I'm going to move this back a little bit so when the paint runs off, it'll run off. And what I'm going to do again is I'm going to start over, hold my hand out of the way, and see if we can get, I must not have been holding the cup level. There we go. There's 3 colors coming off at once. Let me hold it up a little bit more. That's a little bit better. It's more of what I was going for. And you can see it on the other side here. There's all kinds of paint. So I'm scrambling here to find something else to put it on. I had another canvas and I set it out of frame so it wouldn't be in the way. And now I don't have it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick, oh boy, this is a mess, but it looks kind of cool. Now I'm going to level it off so it doesn't just keep running. And what I'm going to have to do, and I'm not ready for this either, oy vey. Okay, I need a solid surface to set it on so it can stay put. You stretch it back this way nice and slow so we have a little bit more of the white. Again, it's running off onto the wax paper underneath, but this looks pretty cool. I'm not hating it. And I'm going to stop it from running off, but I have nowhere to put it. So here's the thing. When you're doing something like this, be prepared. I'm going to use the container from paint to set it on. It should be pretty level, and it is. But what I'm going to do is move it a little bit more in frame so you guys can see it. And there we go. The paint on the bottom doesn't count. I'm going to run this off with my finger and pull it so it doesn't keep pulling the paint off the back and off the side here, because that's what warps these canvases, is when it gets around the back. So that's not too bad. I could let it go off all the way, but I kind of like having the negative space on the side. So I'm going to pull it more towards the center. And again, swipe with my finger because my finger is right there. It's not the best thing to swipe with, but not swipe, but you know, to scrape off. Because all this stuff that's on the back of the canvas will definitely make your canvas warp. So here's what we got. We got a red, white, and blue, and what looks like that's just a shadow. So there's not white right there. That's the shadow from my light above. Now you get to see my charming hand here. But that's what we got, and that's using this nifty little cup that I don't want to spill it into. And as you can see, it keeps the paint separated, but we're going to do a modification on the front of this so the paint will come out a little bit easier on the very, very front. So right here is where we need the paint to be coming out of. So that was my first try with that. I think it's pretty successful. This is Angela with Creatively Done, and when we have these ready, we will be offering them for sale on either Ken's website or on my Art Creatively Done site. So watch for those. Watch for the one that has 2 sections, and we'll try doing one with 4 sections. So look for another video with 4 different colors. Thanks for watching. This is Angela. Have a great day and get something creatively done.